Hello, welcome friends to Corona Talks. Friends, we are living in the new India. आज इंडिया जो है इट्स कंसिडर्ड एज द वॉइस ऑफ ग्लोबल साउथ. आज जब हम बात कर रहे हैं हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी अमेरिका की टूर पे है एंड लास्ट ईयर इंडिया वाज द होस्ट फॉर G20 समिट. तो वहां पे भी हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही, वन अर्थ वन फैमिली. सो आज इंडिया इज परसीव्ड इन ए डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन. India is from trade to technologies, we are everywhere. We are on moon, we are on Mars, and we are marching towards sun. But global top 20 universities में इंडिया की यूनिवर्सिटीज एक भी यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम नहीं है. So the question is कि because those countries are rich, they have best universities, or because they have best universities, they are rich and they are developed. Let's say India को कहा जाता था एक टाइम पे थर्ड वर्ल्ड कंट्री. Now India is moving from third world country to the third largest economy. We are the largest democracy. So the question again is, what comes first? Economic powers or academic excellence? Right? तो यही टॉपिक को डिस्कशन करने के लिए आज हमारे स्टूडियो में उपस्थित हैं डॉक्टर हार्दिक वचराजानी. इज एन एकेडमिशियन फ्रॉम द एकेडमिक फैमिली. इज एन एंटरप्रेन्योर. ही ट्रैवल्ड 30 कंट्रीज and he is associated with the mainstream education system of world's 3 best countries, India, Australia as well as Europe. So I welcome Dr. Hardik Vajrajani. Welcome to Corona Talks.
Thanks a lot. Thanks Kaushal. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. यही एक क्वेश्चन जो मेरे दिमाग में काफी टाइम से है कि what exactly comes first? क्या पहले हम रिच बन जाए उसके बाद एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस आएगा, या बिकॉज एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस है then the country is economic powerful?
Kaushal, it's a very good question. इंडिया के हायर एजुकेशन स्पेशली जब क्रिटिसिज्म होती है तब लॉट ऑफ पीपल यूज दिस वर्ड फॉर इंडियाज हायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम दैट इंडिया हैज आइलैंड्स ऑफ एक्सेलेंस इन द सी ऑफ मीडियोक्रेसी. राइट. सो वी आर वेरी प्राउड कि भाई हमारे यहाँ IITs हैं, IIMs हैं, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस, एंड दीज आर एक्सेलेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस, राइट. बट रियलिटी ये है कि उसमें लाखों लोग अप्लाई करते हैं एंड वेरी फ्यू हंड्रेड्स गेट सिलेक्टेड एंड दे गेट द top quality education.
Right.
Now, otherwise, the sea is very mediocre.
Right.
The island is great, but the sea is very mediocre. So, if we really want to see India as a developed country, we have to improve the quality of education which an ordinary Indian receives. Correct. Not somebody who gets into IITs and IIMs. Now, sorry, I'll just come back to you. When we look at America, correct, people can counter argue that even America has Stanford and Harvard and has community colleges and lower ranked universities. मगर जो lowest quality का जो college है उसकी डिलीवरी, उसका क्वालिटी क्या है, दैट डिटरमाइंस द नेशनल क्वालिटी, नॉट द टॉप मोस्ट. Correct. It is the weakest link which will determine whether you succeed or fail. So if we really want to become a nation which is developed, we have to fix the weakest link and not the strongest link. Right. So coming back to your first question, that what becomes first? Do we become economic power or academic power? I believe that we should first become an academic power, because if we become an academic power, economic power will follow.
So I think हम सब जानते ही हैं कि 3000 years back इंडिया में नालंदा थी, तक्षशिला थी, जहाँ पे जैसे चाइना है, यूरोप कॉन्टिनेंट से लोग पढ़ने आते थे, एंड वी वर नोन बाय आवर एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस. बट ये कहीं पे जो आप बता रहे हैं कि that weakest link is so weak that we couldn't able to deliver the right academic power, what I say is. But एक चीज हार्दिक, नॉर्मली यहाँ पे जैसे आई एम ऑल्सो फादर ऑफ डॉटर हु इज इन स्टडिंग बीटेक, तो एक जो हमारी एक मिडिल क्लास की सोच होती है हमारी, वो ऐसी है कि भाई पढ़ लो अगर कुछ पढ़ लोगे तो जॉब मिल जाएगी. So mostly I believe कि इंडिया में higher education, if I talk about, is mostly focusing the employment rather than the skill or the knowledge. How far this is true?
It is true, but globally, यहाँ पे there are two different streams, right? A lot of people believe that you should only, a lot of countries, I should say, people believe कि you should only take higher education if you really want to go and study, right? So skill is different. Skill is vocational education and knowledge is higher education.
Right.
Correct? While in a country like India, that will not work. Correct? Because in India, we have got such a large higher education system. We have got such a large underemployment problem. And we have such a large unemployment problem. Right? We have got all the three levels of challenges.
ये थोड़ा आप brief करें. What is underemployment and the unemployment?
Correct. So unemployment is when I am unable to find a job.
Right.
Correct. It is as simple as that. Now there is a job. Correct. We know, if you ever tried to call a plumber,
right,
and the plumber would say that I wouldn't be able to come for 5 days. Right. वो 5 दिन के बाद आएगा, 6 दिन के बाद. अभी आपका पानी का टैप अभी लीक हो रहा है. Right. आपको उसको फिक्स अभी करना है. Right. मगर प्लम्बर अवेलेबल नहीं है 5 दिन के लिए. Right. करेक्ट. तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि प्लम्बर की जरूरत है. करेक्ट. बट वी डोंट हैव पीपल हु कैन डू द प्लम्बिंग जॉब. सो देयर इज अ बिग मिसमैच देयर. सेकंड, आज मैंने बीकॉम किया है, मैंने बीए किया है और मुझे एक्स जॉब मिलनी चाहिए, वो मुझे नहीं मिल रही है. करेक्ट. तो मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, X-1 जॉब में काम कर रहा हूँ. आई कॉल इट द अंडर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. करेक्ट. मुझे जो मिलना चाहिए उससे कम मिल रहा है. करेक्ट. एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव अ फुल एम्प्लॉयमेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ अ सिचुएशन, राइट? आईआईएम से कोई बंदा ग्रेजुएट होके निकलता है तो उसको 1 करोड़ रुपए की जॉब मिलती है. दिस इज व्हाट इट शुड मैच. So we have to address these things. Now, to address the first challenge of plumber, we need to focus on skills.
Right.
अभी वो skills के लिए यूनिवर्सिटी चाहिए या टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूट्स को काम करना चाहिए. That's a separate discussion, right? उसके लिए हमको 1 और घंटा लगेगा to discuss that. Correct? But that is the skill challenge. Right. The second challenge, which is a bigger challenge, कि मुझे X पे नौकरी मिलनी चाहिए. मेरा एजुकेशन X के लिए है, मगर फिर भी मुझे X-1 पे नौकरी मिल रही है. That is where we can improve our education quality.
This is the major problem that like जो academic institutions भी हैं आज की डेट में. So I generally see their ads. तो वो ad जो होती है वो ज्यादातर ये होती है कि हमारे बच्चों को 30 लाख का पैकेज मिल गया, हमारे बच्चों को ये 50 लाख का पैकेज मिल गया, 20 लाख का पैकेज मिल गया. But I don't consider the highest one. I used to ask them कि what is the median salary that you are getting?
Correct.
So median salary जो होती है वो तो 3-4 लाख के करीबन ही है. Probably that one guy got the higher. So ये disparity बहुत है.
Excuse everything.
ये disparity बहुत है. So I believe that's the biggest challenge that rather than the जो आप बता रहे हैं कि plumbing, that could be a skill specific which probably it's easy to address, but this one is तो ये ग्लोबली ये क्या सीन है? जैसे यू वर्कड इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया, यू वेंट टू यूरोप, तो वहां पे कैसा सीन है?
उधर भी to certain extent ये प्रॉब्लम है, right? But they have been able to address it to a wider level.
Okay.
Correct. So again, that is where the quality of education that you receive becomes very important. Correct. If you look at the National Education Policy 2020, which government is implementing, it is trying to address all these problems. So focus is on employability, focus is on research, focus is on flexibility, so that if I enroll in an undergraduate program and in 1 year, if I decide that no, I am not interested in pursuing this, or I have got a job, I can take an exit. I can take an exit. तो मेरा undergraduate degree के लिए 3 साल 4 साल का lock-in चला जाता है. Right? Now you have to remember that these are young people, right? They have aspirations. This is their age to go and do things. If you lock them in for 3 years, 4 years, it is actually going to hinder them, especially if they don't like it. Correct? So NEP is trying to address that particular.
My again question is कि definitely आप उसको address कर रहे हैं, but यहाँ पे 2 issues हैं. एक जो आप बता रहे हैं employment, तो because that could be one of the reason people are flying out.
Yeah.
कि जैसे एजुकेशन लोन का मार्केट जो इंडिया में सबसे बड़ा है, एंड देन द पीपल आर यूजिंग दैट टू परस्यू देयर करियर अब्रॉड. बट दूसरा जो एक स्टैटिस्टिक्स जो मेरे नजर में आया है वो ये है कि इंडिया इज स्पेंडिंग वेरी लेस ऑन एजुकेशन, स्पेशली हायर एजुकेशन, जहाँ पे यूके यूएसए में ये 6% ऑफ द जीडीपी रहता है, यहाँ पे वो सीन नहीं है. दूसरा जो कहीं पे मुझे लग रहा है कि देयर इज अ एफआरसी, फी रेगुलेशन कमिटीज, जो डिसाइड करती है कि क्या फीस होनी चाहिए. तो कहीं पे इंडिया के जो एकेडमिक संस्थाएं हैं या यूनिवर्सिटी है, आई बिलीव दे कुड बी स्ट्रगलिंग विद द राइट फंडिंग. जो फंडिंग, बिकॉज फंडिंग नहीं है तो अच्छे प्रोफेसर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट कि आवर यूनिवर्सिटी डज नॉट हैव द गुड प्रोफेसर, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल की जो दे आर नॉट थिंकिंग ऑन द मनी पार्ट, बट यस दिस funding could be one of the reason.
100%. Kaushal, you just hit the nail on the head. Higher education funding, if you see, is considered to be just 0.5% of our GDP. Now, education GDP per capita is 3.5%, so it looks respectable. But a sizable portion of that goes into school education.
Absolutely.
Now, school education is important. I am not saying that you remove the funding from school education and put it up into the higher education. 100% not. But we have to increase the funding in higher education, correct? Even if we can bring it up from 0.5, 0.7, which we currently spend, to somewhere what say, China does, which is 4%, 3.5%, we will see a very, very different outcome. So, and this is not the only story. The another story is the per capita GDP investment on research.
Absolutely.
Now that also in India has been struggling. करेक्ट. तो और हम बात करते हैं कि ओके ग्रेजुएट्स आर अनेबल टू फाइंड द जॉब. ये जो नेक्सस होना चाहिए, राइट, द नेक्सस इज नॉट हैपनिंग बिकॉज वी हैव गॉट टू हॉर्सेस हु आर नॉट fully fed and fully prepared. Correct. Now both have to run together to achieve the excellence. Current challenges that none of them are fully prepared to handle that.
I strongly agree. The kind of a research that university does. I mean, see, there are a lot of people. जैसे मेरे एक जहन में था कि कभी I'm referring 2010-11 कि I asked you कि मुझे PhD करना है. I went. I don't name the university or the institute, but yes, the entire system of the research is also very bureaucratic. जैसे I face a lot of troubles while submitting that research proposal, then asking for the recommendations or the inputs. तो कहीं पे ये मुझे लग रहा है कि ये जो research in India है, that's generally for getting the PhD and getting the pay scale of an associate professor. Is it correct?
Yes and no. I'm not the right person. I'm not an independent person to comment on that. But I agree with you that there is a big mismatch. Correct. The pure reason is that a lot of Indian universities, and we started off by the islands of excellence versus the sea of mediocrity. So an average institute where funding is in trouble, where they are struggling to get students, where they don't have faculty funding. I'm trying to connect every point that we discussed so far. For them, how can you expect them to perform a great research, right? Because they have all these challenges. So what happens is that they will chase low quality research.
Absolutely.
Correct. When you chase a low quality research, the output is going to be low quality, and then you will be stuck in that cycle of mediocrity that we discussed.
Right.
So what is important is that we focus on quality research which is impactful, which is connected with the industry. Now again, there comes another problem, right? If you are a rural college in India, how will you connect with the industry? Correct. We don't have those kind of platforms. You are left on your own to explore. Correct.
I mean, I used to read एक दफा मैंने भी एक आर्टिकल में पढ़ा था कि Silicon Valley is Silicon Valley because of the Stanford,
Yeah.
and the Stanford is Stanford because of the Silicon Valley.
That's correct.
तो ये जो close link है वहाँ
100%. The nexus, they call it the virtuous nexus.
Nexus.
Correct. So that nexus is profound. Correct. If you look at all the regions which are doing it, they do fantastic job. Just not Silicon Valley. Look at Israel.
Yeah.
Correct. Today, हम लोग Israel के news we hear the amazing sci-fi movie kind of things which Israel does. Right. How can it do it? It has got great universities, great companies, great investment by the government, all operating at the same time in the same geographical area. Correct. And again, this Israel is not the only example. Very close to us, Singapore is an example. Correct. Singapore is again a good example. Dubai is trying to imitate that. Correct. Not there yet, but probably on the right thing. Same with China, right? The provinces which they have created with, they try and kind of integrate all of. We need those kind of situations.
But do you think that should be from the university side, or there should be a government intervention? Let's say you traveled a lot of countries, तो वहाँ पे कैसा है? Because ये गवर्नमेंट का कोई पॉलिसी होता है कि टू क्रिएट दैट काइंड ऑफ एन प्लेटफॉर्म, और ये यूनिवर्सिटी खुद अपने हिसाब से करती है.
See, government का काम is to set policy and frameworks.
Right.
Correct. And then institutes have to take it forward. Correct. But government is always there. Correct. It's an economist. They say invisible hand.
Absolutely.
Right. So government is an invisible hand, whether it is a stock market or an education.
Right.
Correct. So it has to remain an invisible hand always there,
Right.
and then rest of the things will fall in place.
Right.
Correct. And so it's a combination of all of
But
these.
I believe invisible hand, so initiative should be from the government. That's what everybody expects.
100%, right? Because it's a government which can assign the land, assign the resources, right? We are talking about Gujarat, say for example, the gift city,
Right.
correct? So gift city में आपको ये benefit मिलेगा, ये मिलेगा, वो किसने decide किया? कौन decide कर सकता है? It has to come from the government, right? So the ecosystem has to be structured by the government, and then will be executed by all the other parties involved in that.
I think after let's say if जैसे हमें पढ़ाया जाता था there should be a goal congruence.
Yeah.
That everybody should focus on the single direction. तो ये कहीं पे आपकी बातों से लग रहा है कि ये यहाँ पे कहीं पे इम्प्रूवमेंट करने की दरकार है. Funding will flow the moment you focus from quantity to quality.
That's it.
आज की डेट में तो क्वांटिटी इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Do you want the horse before the cart, or do you want the cart before the horse?
तो आज की डेट में तो क्वांटिटी इम्पोर्टेंट है. कहीं पे ये फोकस आना चाहिए कि क्वालिटी मेक सेंस. एंड जैसे आज का हमारा डिस्कशन का टॉपिक भी है इंडिया विजन 2047 की जो स्वर्ण जयंती होगी हमारी. लेट्स से द मोमेंट वी कंप्लीट 100 years, that is for the next generation.
Yeah.
They'll take the fruit of that. तो कहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं जैसे कि हम थर्ड वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी बनना चाह रहे हैं, हम $10 trillion इकोनॉमी बनना चाह रहे हैं. तो कहीं पे ये जब तक ये ग्राउंड लेवल पे ये नहीं होगा, और कहीं पे ये वापस मैं वही क्वेश्चन पे आऊंगा फंडिंग के, कि फंडिंग तभी मुमकिन हो पाएगी वेयर द यूनिवर्सिटी हैव द ऑटोनॉमी in that sense. अभी every university कहीं पे they lack the autonomy. That's what I feel, and I'll ask you also, especially regarding the fees, especially regarding the let's say recruitment, क्या quality, जैसे curriculum design, this one of the main things. जैसे यहाँ पे काफी इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस हैं गुजरात में, काफी जो टेक्निकल कॉलेजेस हैं they are affiliated to single university, कहीं पे प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं. तो कहीं पे ये जानने में आया कि जो curriculum होना चाहिए ये it is not up to the mark that what industry demands. That's what I say. How do you?
Yeah, 100%. I think performance-based autonomy is the solution. Correct. So you don't want to give autonomy to everyone so that they can do whatever they want to do.
Right.
They charge unlimited fees and don't deliver, and we don't want that kind of a mess.
Right.
But performance-based autonomy, and NEP does talk about it.
Right.
Correct. Or when you said कि multiple regulation, it's so true, right? If you really look at one institute right now, they have multiple regulators. एक program, एक university में इतने सारे regulators होते हैं who don't talk to each each other.
Oh.
Correct? And forget about they don't talk to each other. Quite often they are contradictory
To each
in their opinions
Opinions.
about curriculum, about how the course should be structured and all. So somewhere, and again NEP talks about it, right? A single regulatory framework, right? That is the plan which government has, that we will have a single regulatory framework that would really help. And performance based autonomy, correct? If the university is investing in research, is doing good job, they have autonomy to charge extra fees, and then they can reinvest that, right? And the government has to ensure that they reinvest, of course. But that autonomy is the solution. Now a lot of people don't know, but a lot of Silicon Valley universities are private universities,
Right.
correct? So that's Harvard is a private university,
Right.
correct? Lot of people don't.
I think they consider Harvard could be a government.
Yeah, so सरकारी university नहीं है ऐसा.
नहीं है, सरकारी
So private, public here does not matter. If you provide the right environment, anything can thrive.
Anything.
Correct. Of course, Caltech is a public system, right? California Technological University is a public system. So public, private, everything works together in Silicon Valley and serves the purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why they are Silicon Valley.
Exactly.
And that's why a lot of venture capitalists are, born and brought up there. That's what.
Correct.
See, अब फंडिंग भी फ्लो हो जाएगा.
Correct.
आज जैसे हर एक जैसे startup policy, we have the startup policy also, where these institutions or the universities have also been a place for incubation and the acceleration and the growth. And so I was discussing with one of the idea. So they have started the revenue building, but वो हो नहीं रहा था. So I said that why you are not trying up with the incubators? अब तू शुरू कर दिया, तूने ऐसे ही स्टार्टअप शुरू कर दिया, यू शुड एटलीस्ट गो टू द इंक्यूबेशन. वो इंक्यूबेशन में तू पकेगा, तेरा आइडिया वैलिडेट होगा, उसके बाद यू शुड वेंचर इनटू दैट. one of my student and yours also, Marmik Bhatt, if you remember. So he has started his first semiconductor manufacturing company in Rajkot. तो हमने उनका एक सेशन भी कोरोना टॉक्स में किया हुआ है. The reason why I asked, and see, I just wanted to through you, probably मैं ऑडियंस को ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये जो कनेक्शन होता है, जैसे स्टार्टअप, देन यूनिवर्सिटी, तो ये कहाँ तक आपको स्केल करने में मदद करता है. और ये हमारी कहीं पे द रीजन गुजरात विच आई से दैट कमजोरी भी है कि हम ये नहीं कर पाए. He went to Delhi IIT.
Right.
He incubated his entire project there. So Delhi IIT ने 50 लाख का ग्रांट दिया पहले, and he started his operation. He scaled it up to 1 crore manufacturing customized semiconductor chip बनाते हैं वो. And now they got the Series A funding.
Right.
So कहीं पे ये because अब उनके पास वो नेटवर्क होगा तो he could go to Delhi IIT में उन्होंने ये इंक्यूबेशन किया, then Delhi IIT ने ग्रांट दिया इनको, वहां से ये प्रोटोटाइपिंग हुआ. तो ये पूरा जर्नी 2 साल का है. But yes, even if we call it Gujarat as a land of entrepreneurs, probably कहीं पे we have the semiconductor policy कि जहाँ पे हम बड़े बड़े लोगों को लाते हैं गुजरात में सेमीकंडक्टर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए, and we love it because 50,000 60,000 एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन होगा. बट मार्मिक ने आके मेरे मिथ को चेंज कर दिया कि ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि 1 लाख करोड़ चाहिए. सेमीकंडक्टर बनाने के लिए बस एक विजन ही चाहिए. So this is the land of that. What you say? It's a sea of mediocrity.
Correct. So coming back, exactly the same thing. Marmik succeeded because he was able to go to the island of excellence.
Island of excellence.
Correct?
Absolutely.
Now we have to break that culture. Correct. और वो culture जब खत्म होगा, the rest of the things will fall in.
I think कहीं पे हमें जो आप हम बात कर रहे थे before this interview कि जो होता है ना कि capitalizing on human, तो कहीं पे ये under capitalized है सारे. तो ये जो होगा ये एकेडमिक्स के थ्रू ही हो सकता है with the support of government.
100%. And ओवरऑल पोटेंशियल का अंडर यूटिलाइजेशन मुझे दिखता है इंडिया में. करेक्ट. यू कैन सी दैट, यू कैन फील इट एक्चुअली when you like say when I teach and I work in Australia and when I again teach and work in India, I can really see the underutilization of the potential. Correct. Now that has to change. Correct. We have to give them the right skills. Opportunities तभी आएगा जब उनके पास skills है, right? आप जाके अभी incubator में जाके पूछोगे, if you go and meet any incubation manager, he would say, अरे मेरे पास तो funding है, लाओ ना. Where are the people? Give me the ideas, right? And then you go to another corner of the city, and then there are people sitting doing almost nothing. They've got all the wild ideas, but those wild ideas are not good enough to be converted into a successful
actual business.
That is where the role of higher education will come in.
Absolutely.
Because it is that college, that university where student goes every day. Correct. And that is where they have to stop.
So I think, let's say if I ask you कि कौन सी ऐसी चीजें जो हम, जैसे फंडिंग का लिमिटेशन भी है, of course we have less time, like जैसे स्टूडेंट्स का भी एक इशू है कि भाई पूरा दिन तो यूनिवर्सिटी में चला जाता है, क्यूरिकुलम ही इतना हेवी है, तो वो खत्म करेंगे तो कहीं और हम फोकस कर सकते हैं. तो हाउ दिस जर्नी शुड स्टार्ट? व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप दैट वी कैन टेक, दैट फर्स्ट स्टेप जो हमारे कंट्रोल एरिया में है?
So from an institutional point of view, if I tell you, we have to integrate industry into curriculum. Correct? Bringing very simple changes. Like say for example, every course, 20% of every course will be delivered by an industry person.
Absolutely.
Correct? It's a little change, but it's a profound change.
Right.
Correct? If I decide that मैं 30 घंटे पढ़ाने वाला हूँ, उसमें से 3 घंटा 10%, only 3 घंटा कोई industry expert आएगा और student से बात करेगा. Little change will have a profound impact. Correct? Second, internationalization. A lot of our students have no exposure to internationalization. Correct? Now, as you said, Marmika example or anyone's example, right? They go abroad and they succeed. They get bringing internationalization at home is more important. Correct? So, अभी हमारा पर्सपेक्टिव क्या है इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन का? मतलब ओके 2 लाख बच्चे साल में ऑस्ट्रेलिया चले जाते हैं, that this is how they become international. No, that is a way of internationalization, but not everyone in 1.4 billion country will be able to do it, right?
I mean, we have student exchange program, but there are very few people can
exactly
afford it.
Correct. So you have to bring the internationalization to the curriculum to home. Correct. Bring external visiting faculties, bring researchers, and today's world it's all online, right? They can do it online. They can bring their perspective online, and that will give the student who cannot physically ever achieve a mobility
to talk to them,
to engage with them. Right? So internationalization in the curriculum, internationalization at home is the solution. Correct. Even if you allow 100 universities to set up campuses in India, those 100 universities भी कितने बच्चों को संभालेगी? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, उससे ज्यादा नहीं कर पाएंगे, right? We are talking about lakhs and lakhs of students here every year. Correct. So somewhere you have to tweak your curriculum, you have to enhance your curriculum, integrate it with industry, bring internationalization at home. The student doesn't go anywhere because student cannot afford to go anywhere, but still that student deserves and receives the good quality education.
So what I understood is probably कहीं पे ये curriculum को tweak करना पड़ेगा. And I think let's say if a government university takes time, private university के लिए तो ये feasible है because they can bring those changes in that. Yes, you are also right that I believe मुझे तो लगता है कि 30% होना चाहिए industry interaction.
30% is a start. I'm just proposing a start.
But it should be because ये जैसे मैं काफी बार बात करता हूँ कि there is a lot of demand on जैसे अभी इंडिया में SME IPO is one of the area where everybody talks about. तो मर्चेंट बैंकिंग एक सब्जेक्ट होता है डेफिनेटली, बट हाउ दिस एंटायर मर्चेंट बैंकिंग हैपेंस ये तो वो इंडस्ट्री वाला आके ही बता पाएगा आपको. आईटी की बात करें या कहीं पे भी बात करें, हम आज जैसे इन एरोकॉम, दैट्स वन ऑफ माय कंपनी, सो वी हैव स्टार्टेड यूजिंग क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग. अब क्वांटम इज अ वेरी न्यू थिंग in India that like अभी तो हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी ने AI के लिए बात करना सीखा है, अभी तो क्वांटम आ गया. तो हाउ प्रॉब्ली ये जो इंडस्ट्री इंटरेक्शन है ये आपको अपने करिकुलम को अपग्रेड करने में एंड टाइमली अपग्रेड करने में मदद करेगा. Right.
Correct. And that's where again the flexibility comes. Correct. So, you have to, I do believe that a lot of problems can be fixed by changing the curriculum and giving the autonomy to institutions to work on that side. Correct. And this is the easiest fix. Correct. इसमें ना तो आपको किसी का बहुत ज्यादा पैसा चाहिए, ना तो नया स्टाफिंग चाहिए. करेक्ट. स्टाफ को अपग्रेड करना पड़ेगा. But this is relatively within the context or boundaries of even a less funded or a under-resourced institution.
Right. Lovely. Any last message you want to give?
I think I'm great and talking to you. We know each other for
long.
It's an amazing time.
I would like to inform my viewers also. Disclaimer तो नहीं है, but ये मैंने और हार्दिक ने रिसर्च पेपर लिखा था. तो उस टाइम पे मैं PhD परस्यू कर रहा था. तो वो भी एक डिस्प्यूट ही था. अभी पब्लिकली तो उसको नहीं बता सकते हैं. बट आई आस्क्ड हार्दिक कि व्हाई कांट यू जॉइन मी टू राइट अ रिसर्च पेपर ऑन द सेल्स इथिक्स. वो मेरा एक फेवरेट टॉपिक था एंड वी स्टार्टेड राइटिंग इट एंड हमने उसको GTU में आई थिंक वी प्रेजेंटेड दैट पेपर एंड दैट पेपर वाज सिलेक्टेड एज द नंबर 1 पेपर. वो सिलेक्ट हो गया. उसके बाद मैंने सोचा कि हार्दिक ये PhD वाला जो मेरा फियर है, वो फियर तो नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं, फीवर है, उसको छोड़ता हूं मैं. मेरा PhD किए ये तो आ गया अभी और क्या चाहिए. बट ये एक अभी जो आपने मुझे बाहर बताया कि एक प्रोफेसर इन प्रैक्टिस, ये कॉन्सेप्ट आई थिंक इसको थोड़ा आप elaborate.
Yeah, it's a very good concept. The government has brought it very recently, and it's a game-changing concept if it is executed well.
Right.
So the idea is very simple कि आप ऐसे लोगों को भी on board ला सकते हो जिसके पास PhD qualification नहीं है, but they've got adequate industry experience. Right, and then they have created this whole structure or nomenclature called professor of practice. Right, usually university में क्या होता है, assistant professor, associate professor and professor. वो हर level का requirement है, PhD with X years of experience and X papers and so on. Correct. ये professor of practice gives the institute freedom to hire an industry person and pay them well. Okay, pay them really well. They will be on a kind of a contract, but a lot of positions are anyway on contract these days, right? So that person can directly come, can sit in the same classroom, can deliver the same class curriculum to deal with the same student, and it really helps bridge that gap. And I have seen that all the Indian universities who have really used this professor of practice.
Can you share any example? Because I have never heard this term in Gujarat. I know a couple of academic institutions, but I have never heard of that.
So, like say for example, let's take an example of an institute in Bangalore, okay, which is providing banking and finance, MBA in banking and finance. It's a dedicated banking and finance institution. Now, so far, what was the requirement? You should have a PhD in finance, accounting, or banking related area with 2 years of experience, and then we will take you to assistant professor. Then you grow up, right, and then you go like that. अभी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंस इज सच ए एरिया एंड यू हैव बीन इन दैट एरिया फॉर सच अ लॉन्ग टाइम कि नहीं करते हैं लोग PhD. करेक्ट. और वो बंदा PhD करेगा तो वो अपने आप को एकेडमिक्स में मूव कर देगा एंड वरना वो इंडस्ट्री में काम करेगा.
इंडस्ट्री में रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है.
Yeah, exactly. The twain shall never meet. Correct. So that is where they have used this institute. They have hired them as professor of practice, giving them good salary on a contract, and that person next day comes and gives the knowledge which she had in ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, SBI, whatever it is. And it creates a kind of an environment in the staff room. Think about a staff room, right? Where you got 6 people who are PhD researchers, and then you got 4 people who are professors of practice. The whole dynamics changes.
Absolutely.
And we need more of it in practical industries like banking and finance, media and communication, engineering, entrepreneurship, and so on.
I mean, I used to say that कि एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप यूनिवर्सिटीज होती हैं, वो प्रोफेसर पढ़ाते हैं जो कभी एंटरप्रेन्योर थे ही नहीं. So probably they'll tell you कि entrepreneur. So I consider Hardik is the perfect blend for that, and I would love to take him again on the entrepreneurship. How because
Sure.
he himself was an entrepreneur, he is an entrepreneur right now, and academics. And ये combination I've never seen that in academic career. या तो वो academician होता है या तो वो entrepreneur होता है. Entrepreneur academician नहीं होता है. You manage both. तो थोड़ा आप में बात करते हैं कि ये how you manage.
I have taken some pretty wild career decisions in my life. A lot of people have told me कि यार क्या कर रहे हो तुम्हें कुछ are you okay or not, right? ऐसे मैंने लाइफ में decisions लिए हैं. Even after having great grades in year 10 I decided to take arts as a discipline.
अच्छा.
Correct. फिर year 12 में भी मेरे बहुत अच्छे ग्रेड थे तो लोगों ने बोला यार अभी तुम्हारा आर्ट का फीवर छोड़ दो, इतने अच्छे ग्रेड है, make most of it and do some commerce or science or something. And I pursued my BA with English. Correct. फिर BA with English के बाद लगा नहीं BA तो हो गया, good, I like literature, पढ़ लिया शेक्सपियर को और पढ़ते रहेंगे. Even today I read all these things. But अभी MBA करना है तो मैंने MBA किया and then I started a company. Then I sold it for profit and then I went into PhD. I did PhD and then I went to abroad, फिर postdoc किया and then rest is a recent history as such. So life में there is no wild decision. Correct, as such, and all the decisions give you such a learning. Wild decisions give you learning.
Wild decisions give you learning.
Correct. A wild decision may not give you probably the highest in your one discipline. Maybe may not be, but the learning is enormous, and we will share more of these learnings.
I would love. I think I.
Hey, आप बात कर रहे थे ऑस्ट्रेलिया के बारे में भी एक सीरीज करनी है. We can do it.
Yes. We are all.
We can do that, mate.
So all said कि see there are a lot of countries. एक होता है कल्चरल, तो एक हम ये भी एक एंगल हमारे दर्शकों को समझाना चाहते हैं कि हो सकता है कि कहीं पे होता है कि आप जैसे दुबई गए, जैसे आई वेंट टू दुबई एंड आई सॉ द काइंड ऑफ डिसिप्लिन ऑन द रोड. आई मीन आई एम अमेज्ड, which I believe never come in India, or it will take some time probably. जैसे दुबई में अभी they are talking about how future will be, and they have started the entire series on that. Dubai Future Foundation, Dubai Future Forum. The way they talk, I mean, I participated in one. The way they talk, I think ये जो होता है ना, ये heritage आपको मिलता है through academics. And probably through this session, I'm thankful to Hardik, he's here only for 3 days. You took time out of your busy schedule to address to our viewers on this. और ये बहुत ही important topic है, बहुत ही important है. बिना academic excellence तो इंडिया को सोने की चिड़िया भी नहीं कहा जाता था prior to 3000 years back. और बिना एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस से तो इंडिया का 2047 का मिशन भी कंप्लीट शायद नहीं होगा. ये डोंट कंसीडर इट एज एन हार्श स्टेटमेंट, बट ये जरूरी है. एकेडमिक्स हमारा फाउंडेशन है. ये प्रायर टू 3000 ईयर्स भी हमारा फाउंडेशन था, आज की डेट में भी हमारा फाउंडेशन है. इसका क्वालिटी को अगर हम जब तक इंप्रूव नहीं करेंगे शायद हमें वो एक्सीलेंस नहीं मिलेगा. और थैंक यू हार्दिक फॉर योर टाइम एंड आउट ऑफ योर बिजी शेड्यूल, एंड वी लुक फॉरवर्ड टू मोर सच कंटेंट ऑन करुणा टॉक. सो स्टे ट्यून्ड विद अस. अगर आपने हमें लाइक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो भैया प्लीज कर लीजिए. ऐसे कंटेंट आपको कहीं पे और शायद इतना एक्सेसिबल नहीं मिलेगा. Thank you very much, Hardik.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Kaushal. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Thank you.